Everyone hates this movie. Let's chat. Please stay tuned. All right, welcome to another episode of Claire Haire. I am recovering from strep throat, so my voice is not the sexiest. We're going to be talking about You People. This premiered on Netflix, and I feel like there's a lot of pressure on the movie because there was so much advertisement that went behind it. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I feel like there was a lot of good optics from California. I saw a couple of shots from Insecure, so I was really feeling those parts. I could tell you, like, I had like a whole section. I feel like the cast was casted correctly because I know a lot of people are like, Kenya Borges, why are you doing this, sir? Don't forget to subscribe and share. But overall, the pace of the movie just felt kind of like formula. I didn't really feel like there was a lot of excuse me, but I didn't feel like there was a lot of thematic parts. There was a couple of sections in there where I definitely almost fell asleep. I feel like they were trying to address certain issues. I'm just gonna leave this photo here, but I feel like they were trying to address certain issues, which I think they did a good job of addressing it. But once again, it felt formula. Like, you ever watch a movie where it's just like 2-3 minutes kiss, oh, dramatic event? Like, it didn't really feel like it was flowing smoothly. The whole differentiation between demographics, since you can only use certain words on YouTube, was good. There were certain parts where I laughed out loud, and there were certain parts there I laughed out loud, but there was also other parts where I was just like, wow, this is really depicting how interracial relationships are behind the scenes. Because, you see them on the TikTok, you see interracial relationships everywhere, and you're just like, this is so easy. But no, it's very difficult to come from two different backgrounds, two different families joining together. It's always stressful. So throw in race into that. I feel like they did a really good job of depicting how interracial relationships go. But I feel like the person who was carrying the wheel on his back was Eddie Murphy. I know I'm a big Eddie Murphy fan. I watched The Golden Child, the original Beverly Hills Cops movies. They're trying to make new ones, but I feel like it was just so nice to see him on the screen again. Like, I felt like I was like coming home. I really felt like, with Jonah Hill, like I was there when Jonah Hill first, like his first movie. So to see these two big stars, like, playing off each other was pretty dope to watch. I feel like, unfortunately, that wasn't enough to carry the movie. I know a lot of people are saying like, but it's getting reposted left and right. I was like, that's because we're gonna support everybody black. But overall, movie wise, I felt like it fell flat. I don't know what happened because the promotion of the movie, I remember I saw the first trailer, I was like, the banter between Nia Long, Eddie Murphy, and Jonah Hill, I was like, okay, this movie's gonna be fire. And then when it came on, I was like, I wasn't really feeling it. Nia Long looking good for long, looking good forever. I like their chemistry. It was pretty dope. I feel like there was just, I don't know, I didn't really feel like it's a movie that if it would have went to theaters, it would have brought any money in. Even with the star power behind everybody, like, there was a lot of appearances by, I believe, if you didn't watch it yet, spoiler alert, the City Girls, Leilani was there, but it didn't really feel like it was a movie that I'm just like, okay, we gotta watch it again, because usually that's like an indicator. If I really want to watch a good movie, I'm just like, okay, damn, I gotta rewatch that part. No, it was more like I'm gonna watch it through because I like to complete things, but it wasn't giving, so I stick by my 3 out of 5 stars. If you guys disagree with me, if you would go watch it in theaters, that's the real indicator. Because a lot of people will sit there and say, oh, I would watch this. I was like, would you go to theaters to watch this? There's no pace, there's no plot, and I feel like it was rushed towards the end. And then I do feel like there was a level of, how do I say this? Wokeness that was not, it wasn't witty. Like, it was like forced wokeness. And I like wokeness when it's like, oh, okay, I didn't see that coming. Oh, okay, it made an impact. I felt like it was just, at one point, it was just like, okay, you had your jokes, like Mike Epps said. He said, you had your jokes, but you were dragging a boy. And I was like, I mean, like, you guys don't understand, like, you're mixing two families, and to have any type of pre-beef, like, he already decided in his head that no one's good for his kids. So, like, that's one thing to, like, have that, but I didn't sense no love behind it. It was just more like, I'm gonna pick on you because today's the day. I was kind of confused on if that was a little brother, or they kind of just threw him in there as like a backup. Like certain parts of the casting I was confused on, but Pretty Privilege and Romance. Now, this is one of the main reasons why this movie is having so much pushback, is because a lot of people are not buying their chemistry, but a lot of people are not buying the fact that someone as fine as the Lauren London, yes, would be with a Jonah Hill. And honestly, when I first saw them from the trailer, that was me. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm going to sit here in front of you. I was just like, I don't know how this would work out in real life. But like, after getting to know his personality through the movie and the script by Kenya, right? I see how they could vibe and fit, because it's not for what you think. Because some people are like, oh, that's because they're from two different demographics. I'm like, no, it's just like they just don't feel like they would fit. But like, after seeing how they vibe, I get it. But I do feel like you guys need to address the fact that Jonah Hill's bleach blonde hair was giving spring break. Okay. It was giving spring break. There's Lauren at the premiere, but I was gonna go in to say that we need to talk about pretty privilege obligation. Pretty privilege obligation. I'm so glad you asked. So pretty privilege obligation is that you have to be on point at all times of the day. You have to be beautiful waking up. You have to be beautiful after the gym. You have to be beautiful after having a kid. You have to be beautiful after aging. Everything, you owe people stuff. So what that ties into with partners is that people feel like you have to be pretty, and you have to also only be with other attractive people, if not to ruin the parentheses view. And I know a lot of people will sit there and say, what does that mean? I was like, you don't know how many times, like, it's frustrating to me that you'll see somebody who's, I guess, conventionally attractive, and their partner doesn't measure up, and people make it their business to ruin said relationship because they feel like they don't match. So we're gonna go into my favorite example is Chili and Usher. You remind me I know you hear me singing, it sucks, but when Usher and Chili first got onto the scene as a couple, everybody was kind of like, my night Usher, and they're like, okay, well, she's fine enough for him to take. That's fine. You know, like, there's a level of pretty privilege obligation that's out there, and I feel like it's true. Like, with Chili and Usher, like, Usher was supposed to somehow date all of you. That's always been weird to me. But everybody was like, okay, well, you know, I'm not hotter than Chili, so she's approved. Like, it's similar with you people. They're just like, okay, well, Lauren London, her ex that's in the beginning of the movie, spoiler alert, he looks like somebody that would match with her. And I'm just like, you guys... Okay, my babies out there, my Gen Zs and younger millennials, y'all are gonna live a very lonely life if the only reason why you want to be with someone is how they look like. Now, mind you, you don't gotta date no gremlin, okay? Especially not any that are from Miami. But I'm not saying that you should date a gremlin or someone you're not attracted to, but you guys are literally thinking that if somebody's attractive, that's it. We look good together. I was like, no, like, you truly have to be, I would say equally yoked, but you truly have to match with somebody on a subconscious level, because like, your looks are like, I already have wrinkles. Yes, I'm in my 30s, I'm black, blah, blah, blah. But I already see my 11s. I have laugh lines. I work hard on those. But I already see I'm aging. It's not forever. Like, you literally have to have personality. You have to have something that, you have to have similar interests. You have to have something that's going further than that. And like, the fact that people sat there and was just like, oh, okay, I respect that. Like, for example, they both could have been cheating on each other, and you guys are supporting it because they both look good. And it's so sad for me to watch it go down, because it's like, you could be missing out on somebody. And this is a perfect example. When Usher had got married to Tamika Foster, I hope I'm saying her name right. When he got married to her, his stock plummeted. People stopped buying. People were burning his shirts. People were not buying his tickets, because to them, they're just like, we understand Chili, but how dare you date this black woman that is... black, you know, like, because it's just like, you know, Chili had that long Indian hair, but this was a black, you know, on a, like, you know, just a, like, no Eurocentric features at all, and they were giving her hell. I still remember she got hate mail on the regular. She was like, oh, this is my first date, no one. Now, mind you, we don't know what went inside the relationship. I don't want to know. That's their business. But it's just a perfect example that you guys in y'all head already decided that pretty privileged obligation, he has to give you somebody. He has to give you somebody that is on his looks or better, which I think she's stunning. I was confused by that. But to wrap up, pretty privilege and romance, you know, in regard to you people, in regard to Usher Raymond, Chili, and Tamika, like, my main issue is the fact that you guys are going to be pretty people. You're going to look good as a couple, but the individuals are going to be ugly. Like, pretty pictures, ugly people. I've said this time and time again, and people think I'm crazy, but you're going to be missing out on somebody who can truly care about you, truly see you, truly understand your mistakes and your faults, all because you guys look good on paper. Please do not do this to yourself. You are missing out if you truly don't have somebody who you can open up to, someone who you can be vulnerable with. And most of the time, 9 times out of 10, that person is not going to come in that package that you want. And I really hope that you guys take that away from this video. If you don't take anything else, is that love with your heart, not your eyes.